Have you ever wondered how the United States became the economic hub of the world? Its journey is far from ordinary, marked by humble beginnings, colossal growth, and resilience in the face of adversity. As we trace the path of the United States from its early economic development to its rise as a superpower, we uncover a story of innovation, determination, and strategic policymaking. So, buckle up as we delve into the intriguing journey of the United States' economic development. In the beginning, the United States was a young nation, with an economy largely based on agriculture and trade. Picture vast fields of cotton, tobacco, and grain, stretching as far as the eye could see. Imagine bustling ports, with ships laden with goods from around the world. This was the United States in its infancy, but as the nation grew, so did its economy. This growth was fueled in large part by the Industrial Revolution. A wave of technological innovation swept across the country, transforming the way goods were produced and the way people lived and worked. Factories sprang up in cities and towns, churning out everything from textiles to steel. These factories needed workers, and so people flocked from rural areas to urban centers in search of jobs. At the same time, the United States was developing a robust mercantile economy. Merchants traded goods, not just within the United States, but with countries across the globe. American cotton, for instance, found its way to mills in England, while American consumers enjoyed tea from China and silk from India. This period of economic growth wasn't without its challenges, of course, but it laid the foundation for the United States to become the economic powerhouse it is today. The Industrial Revolution set the stage for a period of rapid economic growth. The late 19th and early 20th centuries marked a time of remarkable industrial growth in the United States. The nation was on the brink of an industrial revolution, a period of rapid growth and change that would forever alter its economic landscape. The United States was blessed with an abundance of natural resources. From vast coal reserves to fertile soils, these resources played a pivotal role in fueling the rise of American industry. Coal powered the factories, while the fertile lands provided the raw materials for the burgeoning textile industry. Yet natural resources alone weren't enough. Technological advancements played an equally important role. The invention of the telegraph, for instance, revolutionized communication, paving the way for faster, more efficient business operations. The steam engine, another significant invention of the era, enabled factories to operate independently of water power, leading to an increase in productivity. Government policies also contributed significantly to the rise of American industry. The government adopted a laissez-faire approach, allowing businesses to operate with minimal regulation. This promoted competition, encouraged innovation, and led to the rise of powerful industrial magnates known as the captains of industry. But perhaps the most transformative development of this era was the expansion of railroads and other transportation systems. Railroads connected the farthest corners of the nation, making it easier to transport goods and people. This not only opened up new markets for American goods, but it also facilitated the movement of workers, making it easier for people to find jobs and for businesses to find labor. The rise of American industry wasn't without its challenges. Workers often faced harsh conditions and low wages, but through struggle and resilience, they fought for better working conditions, leading to the formation of labor unions and the birth of the American labor movement. By the early 20th century, the United States had transformed from a largely agrarian society into a bustling industrial nation. The growth of industry positioned the United States as a new global economic contender. This would set the stage for the United States' rise to economic superpower status in the years to come. However, the path to economic dominance wasn't always smooth. The Great Depression and World War II both had significant impacts on the U.S. economy. The Great Depression, which began in 1929 and lasted for a decade, was a severe worldwide economic downturn that had profound effects on the United States. The stock market crash in October of 1929 sent shockwaves through the economy. Unemployment rates soared, reaching as high as 25% at the height of the Depression. Industries collapsed, banks failed, and millions of Americans were left destitute. Despite these hardships, the Great Depression also brought about significant changes in the country's economic policies and institutions. The government stepped in with programs and reforms known as the New Deal, which aimed to provide relief, recovery, and reform. These measures included the establishment of the Social Security system, the Securities and Exchange Commission, and the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. As the 30s drew to a close, another significant event was on the horizon: World War II. The war effort resulted in a massive increase in government spending, leading to an economic boom that effectively ended the Great Depression. The United States transformed into the arsenal of democracy, supplying the Allies with the majority of their war materials. This transformation led to significant industrial growth and technological advancement. Millions of Americans found work in war industries, and women entered the workforce in unprecedented numbers. The war also marked a shift in the global economic balance of power. Europe, devastated by the conflict, was heavily in debt and reliant on American aid. Meanwhile, the United States emerged from the war relatively unscathed and economically stronger than ever before. World War II, while devastating, spurred economic growth that solidified the United States' position as a global economic power. The United States, once a debtor nation, had transformed into the world's leading creditor and the largest, strongest economy on the globe. Post-war America witnessed an unprecedented economic expansion. The end of World War II brought with it a wave of optimism and growth. The middle class swelled, and prosperity was widespread. Consumerism, the purchase of goods for personal satisfaction, became a powerful force driving this expansion. The advent of television, the explosion of the auto industry, and the growth of the housing market, all fueled by a population eager to spend, led to an economic boom unlike any before. But consumerism alone didn't shape this era. Government policies also played a pivotal role. The Marshall Plan, for instance, aimed at rebuilding Western Europe, indirectly benefited the American economy. As Europe rebuilt, it was American factories that supplied the goods, creating jobs and boosting domestic industry. Meanwhile, the GI Bill, signed into law in 1944, provided a range of benefits for returning World War II veterans. This included low-cost mortgages, low-interest loans to start a business, tuition and living expenses for university, high school or vocational education, as well as 1 year of unemployment compensation. It was available to every veteran who had been on active duty during the war years for at least 120 days and had not been dishonorably discharged. This led to a surge in education, home ownership, and business growth, further fueling the post-war economic expansion. The post-war period marked a time of prosperity and growth, further strengthening America's economic dominance. The dawn of the information age and globalization brought new challenges and opportunities for the U.S. economy. As the world became increasingly interconnected, the United States found itself at the forefront of a digital revolution. The advent of the internet, along with advancements in technology, sparked an explosion of innovation and entrepreneurship, transforming traditional industries and creating new ones. The world was shrinking, and businesses were no longer confined by geographical boundaries. This newfound global reach allowed U.S. companies to tap into emerging markets, driving economic growth. But this era of globalization also gave rise to new competitors, challenging the U.S. on the economic stage. Yet the United States has shown remarkable resilience. By investing in education, research, and development, it has continued to lead in innovation, creating a dynamic and diverse economy. Despite challenges, the United States has continued to adapt and maintain its position as a leading global economy. The economic journey of the United States is a compelling narrative of growth, resilience, and innovation. From its early development, through the rise of industry, the trials of the Great Depression and World War II, to the post-war expansion and the advent of the information age and globalization, the United States has consistently adapted and thrived. Understanding this journey not only provides insight into the past, but also sheds light on the economic future of this superpower nation.